Hello everyone, welcome to Simon Tools. My other brother jet ski, the other one gone. This is the Suzuki 1400cc. It's very fast too. The other one, the Sea-Doo, will have supercharged, and this one is the Suzuki 1400. It had turbo, single turbo, and it's all fuel injected. So what we're going to do is first thing first, we're gonna take out. We know this jet ski had the problem with the starter motor. We're gonna take the starter motor out, bring it for reconditioning, and bring it back, and we let it run. And we're gonna check this one. If it's not working, we may have to put some aftermarket one on, like the previous Sea-Doo. So stay tuned. I'm gonna open up and get new starter motor, check compression, and see anything else wrong. And we're gonna do some we may have to order the aftermarket turbo, so make it new, make it look better. Take up the starter motor, enter here, we check the barrel power and everything, and we reconnect the wire here. The starter motor now they want jumps, and we have to order the head gasket kit to replace head gaskets. So this one, the head gasket failure as well. Creamy. So inside the engine it had water in it, so we better take it up and do the head gaskets for this engine as well. I already undo the 2 bolts, so now I'm going to pull up the starter motor. It's in there, very simple. It's simpler than the car. So this one, the starter motor is not kicking, so I think it's been playing with this, and in here got a little bit of movement here, so that's why it's faulty, and it's all corrosion and sit up. For some reason this one not kicking in. Oh, it's hard. It should be turning in. It's hard. It should be turning out that way. So tomorrow we take it for reconditioning. Well, the turbo manifold here, the outlet, and the turbo out, and manifold tomorrow. And we remove the heads. You see the creamy here. This means the water go inside where the turbo coolant as well. So water mixed with oil, so that's why it had the gasket problem. Even you can see creamy here. Turbo like this is very dodgy. People do very dodgy jobs, and I order brand new turbo, and I'm gonna reconnect and do it again from beginning. As long as I see, I buy aftermarket turbo. I can see oil feeding here and the water feeding here, so that means this one they can run by oil and water coolant. The oil coolant, the water I don't say, but the oil coolant we can buy aftermarket oil coolant separate out and put in. Very easy. So see, we got all creamy inside the engine. See all the water we take up this from this tank coming out in there. So we're gonna buy aftermarket anything, any turbo, as long as the see the flange here. See, this is the T3, so you retake the measurement carefully, and you can order. See, because the flange they sit on the outlet manifold there, so they design this one aftermarket design anyway, so it's not original, it's not genuine. This jet ski they used to be just standard non-turbo, but they hook this one on, so they remake the turbo for this one. So I already riding on the horses. See, I can't get down. I already riding on the tiger, so I can't get it down. So we can either run without turbo or with turbo. Without turbo, we just block this one, and you can run normal. Without this one, or you can bypass the exhaust, and that's the exhaust coming out, the exhaust there. But we buy some bigger, better, and newer turbo put on. This one I don't trust it. Okay. Happy New Year! Look at that inside the engine. You still see can see some water remain here. Water everywhere. See. The engine start, but for some reason the heads water got in here. I don't know how what they've been doing with it. So this one they've been modified too. They've been recon the engine as well down there. So what we do is lucky we got the fuel, the oil pressure here, and where the oil return. We have no idea where the oil return are here. Got oil return here, oil return line, so we can hook the turbo on easily. Not that hard. But now we're gonna remove the heads. First thing first, we remove the heads. We have to take to the desktop engine right there. See the pulley? Take it to the desktop, and you already see someone already make the mark where the target of the camshaft were here. Already got a mark there. So we'll bring all the way to the top, and we have to take some pulleys up a little bit. You can see this one I applied a little bit. This one straight and this one not straight, so this one tooth out as well from the top end over there. So that's where the top end pulley is there, marked there, and this one goes straight up there, and the pin goes across there, and that one it go down a little bit. So this one should be up, one tooth up. So they've been playing with it, and they put in the wrong timing as well. That on, make sure they brushes all the bloody creamy. The water in will sit down, so we can suck all the oil out later when we take out the heads. So it's not hurt using the greaser, because sooner or later we have to take off the head and repair the heads, because the water are got into the engine really badly. So I'm still trying to get this manifold out, and I got my hand into the other side for the where the timing chain tensioner is. It's not online. See, this group supposed to be touching that group there. See, they've been jumping a lot. Okay, now I can take up the pulleys, start the motor, reconditioning. All we do now is put away, or we have to paint them again. Just make the paint a little bit thicker to stop the corrosion later when you put on the bolt. It's a lot of rusty, so I better paint them all over again. Make sure it's super away from the super hard, super thick paint before I put in the bolt. So for time being, put away, spray and put away. I don't know who the Suzuki designed this stupid to take off the car rocker cover, and you see the jam there. It's something that we have to lift up the whole engine and take it off from there, from the bottom, and before you can pull the rocker cover out. This is one of the stupid I've ever seen. Stupid. So we have no choice, have to lift up the whole engine. Waste my time, man. Look at that. See that one right down there, right down that end there. See, it's stuck underneath where the sump is. Now can't move it out. Whew. Very creamy in the oil. See, all white coming out. Inside, a lot of water. Can you see that? See? Water in the engine very badly. Even worse when it turns started up. Okie dokie, we got our brand new turbo home, and we got a very big troubles because this one way bigger. Massive size. Oh, I don't know how can this one handle this, but anyway, I'm a very good person. I'm gonna get it in. Both sides. It's big. It's bigger than the other one, so it's way bigger. So this is the original one, about 3 times bigger, and we got the fitting for. We don't have fitting for the exhaust, so we modified this one on. So I drilled the hole bigger and using the old clamp to go in here. So it's fit now. It's fit on now, perfect. So I can bolt them on, and we still have trouble with this one. They don't give us the flanks for this exhaust. Need helper to come to lift up the engine out. Take this one off so we can pull the whole engine out. So I asked my brother-in-law to take up the intake manifolds, so make it more roomy, and something still stuck here. something attached here, and yeah, have him put his hand in, and I think it's feel like the fuel line or the water line. Yeah, all the way, yep. Oh, one more right here. Okay, one more hose. Okay, hang on. Take off this engine mount thôi. Bên. Bỏ xuống chút xíu. No, here. Okay, đó, để giữ vậy đi. Here. Here you go. What else stuck there?
Giờ ở đây nó còn dướng cái xe máy bên đây.
Wait. Okay, take this one. One more down here. Số 12 qua đây, lấy cái số 12. Engines were completely out, and that's the thing I'm talking about. The mystery is here. Something stuck there. I cannot remove this cover, so I cannot do the adjustment timing chain, so I cannot take the head out. So if even I take the head out without moving this one, later I cannot put the timing chain back together. So have to take it one off and see what in here. What the hell they're holding here, and could not get this one out when the engine inside the bolt. This is the big time. It's not gonna get it out from here because this idiot oil filter is right there. I don't know. So that's why. Okay, now luckily we got it out. Okay, clean up. This much easy to inspection. So this is the key. We want to loose this one, the chain, timing chain tensioner, before we can take off this one. So that's it. Easy now. Oh my god, this drive me very hard time, huh? So I got this one on target. See the timing mark right there. Timing mark right there. And I lock it with my marking tools right there, so it stays still, don't move nowhere. And later all we do is just put the timing chain back, and this one on the best target, and the target and the line on each other, and will be completely 100% fire order, and it should be good. Numbers on every single lifter cap, so don't mix them up. That will stop the noise, huh? If you mix them up, you will have the noise when you start it up. Take off the heads and see what happened to the heads. Or the bolt been released. Where is one more? Something stuck there? No idea. Alright. The guys staying there. See, we got the green in here. So water go in. Just a little tiny. Not much, but something wrong in the water coolant where how they're making the engine, the water coolant system. They got oil go in, so some of the coolant system on the engines will leak oil water into the engine. Do the head anyway. Face it down. It's a lot of very wet in here. Out the fuel tanks, and we try to insert this one in here for fuel measurement, so make sure it's on the correct fuel all the time when we travel. Okay, we don't want to run out of fuel when we're driving. Turbo to put on the bolt. I don't know which one we will prefer to get. That was the original one. That's the next size up, and that's the 3 times bigger than this one again. So we better be safe using this one. And I avoid using water for the coolant, so that's why we order this one. Just run by oil coolant, okay? Because we don't want any trouble like this one, maybe the crack in the turbo, and it's run into the oil, into the water. That's why the oil and the water mix in, and that's why we got creamy engine. So we want to be safe, that one. And this one, I don't know, I maybe order a bigger one to put in there. We got the whole engine and the head and the blocks. We go for check, leak check. So stay tuned when we get back with a brand new engine inside out, and much stronger and much better. The head are home, so tomorrow I take up one by one and put the new valve stem seal in. And engine blocks are home, been honed, and I get to the next level of the next side piston up. So we got it done. We cover up and paint in blue. The reason I paint in blue is because I want to stop all the corrosion into the you know, the corrosion, humidity. It's stuck on the engine block to look very dirty, so I want to make it look good. So whatever paint I got left, I put on for blue. Looking good. Brand new, beautiful inside. See, no more worn out mark and everything. So next size up, beautiful. So what we do now is turn around, install the camshaft on. Sorry, the main crank. My hand, baby. Beautiful. On. This is the next size up, oversized. Just 37, 33, 272.5 mil, just 0.05 mils bigger. All in there, and now put everything back. Now I have been bolt the head down to the maximum I could. It's all nice and clean, brand new. What I do now is get the caps out, and here the cap I have been writing on each one. So make sure you read where you put your target and read and put them back on where it belongs. Okay, cams on. I put a bit of oil into the lifter here, into that hole, squeeze it down. Okay, you don't need too much, just a bit of lubricant when you start it up, so they don't go too much noisy or too much friction. Rubbing the valves and lifter been dry. Okay, pass those oil we do. Okay, now clean the cam and put the cam back in. This is how it should go, direct onto here like that. Dot to dot and straight ahead here. Okay, so the target, gotta be target. See, this one, the target up, see target up, target up. And later we line dot to dot, this one, and you get 100% timing or correction. For basic every engine, see this target here, normally is pin here is on the desktop to the dot there. So you line that straight up, see this in the middle of the line, see even here they got a little target, the timing mark right there. So that go dot right along there. So that in number one is again, it's reading up, this one for upward, this one target upward, so it's go upward 90 degrees like that. Your car do the same, not very fancy tools, all you need is some vice grips and all that. So what I do, normally I line up this one by a shifter and I use the clamp it back in and stay there where I want. So I get this one to 90 degrees by using this one. Turn the cam so it's not turning nowhere. So this one in 90 degrees and it's not turning anywhere by I holding this one. Okay, both the same. Now we got all the target. See that target there, go on line there, that target on the top. And now all we do is just wax the timing chain straight in, and the timing chain tensioner, push it out, and that's it. Straight, now you push the tensioner on for this one 90 degree target, and done. See, target 90 degrees, and see that one target there, and 90 degree ups, and all done. That's all you have to do. Remember how we got the problem with this one? So now we put this one in first, and then we put the oil some later. Okay, now you get out, now you're back in again. Beautiful. Now silicone timing covers on and pulleys on, and the oil some on. So make sure no leaking and the water not rot into the oil pump. Last time the seal were broken, so they suck a bit of water into the engine. So that's why we got creamy engine. Not bad for red, blue, silver, racing jet ski GS 140. Looking really good at night. I don't know about daytime, okay? Night, so far so good. Intake manifold is the hardest part to put in this car, this boat, because we have no hand to put in, so you better put them on and super tight, okay? So where it belongs, put it like that, and timing belt, the belt, everything on. So now we're gonna lift it up and put on the boat. Hard work. I put the engine mount on, everything bolt on super hard. So do the bottom ends there. We have to take off the starter motor and bolt the two engine mounts on. And we still have to let that out because we're gonna bolt the water for the coolant of the oil, engine oil. So we leave that starter motor will become last, okay? We got all the engine on, all the water line collection, connection. So we're gonna block one oil line there. Make sure the water and oil never match together. This manifold go down like this, so the turbo go up like that. That's our oil in line. Turbo old school. It's using this one to reduce the pressure for the engine where the oil coming out into the turbo. So I may not using this one because we are using different skill. We are using the oil reducer and make this reducer smaller, and it's coming out slower, and it has some pressure where the oil pressure, see the divider, they're coming out and they hold the pressure to keep the engine running well with oil in there. So we don't use that one no more. No roomy to put in, too much weight on the, too much weight around here, so better take it up and using without that one, okay? And we still can reduce the oil coming out from here. So the in is leave it there, but the out we make the pipe smaller, and then it will hold the pressure there. So we don't worry about that thing no more. It's good if you have this one, because this one might cool down the oil as well. But to be honest, get rid of it. New skill, new technology. Market turbo will way too big, so we have to modify every single thing. Even this one I have to bend and turn it to this way so I can fit on the oil line, return, and I restrict this one, make it smaller, and inside here it's all restricts, and it's enough pressure for the pump out and enough oil for the engine pressure oil, okay? The bottom where they go along the basement of the boats always got salt water, so you want to keep this one last longer. You better spray something undercoat and spray something over this end to protection the rust out. We got the pipe for the intake manifold all the way there, and that one, and this one so far. We got this one go in there and it go in there. It's so far so good, but still one more problems for the exhaust. The exhaust on the other turbo go out this way, so but the exhaust on this one go out that back way, so we have to make a turn 90 degrees or 180 degrees turn here, and we can connect the exhaust muffler in to make handmade dump pipe. That's all I can do. That's the best I can do with my shit MIG welder. Better than nothing. So now I can install them in, and the exhaust dump pipe done, and we go to the field and try to start. The pipe were on and the exhaust were on. Now bolt everything on. It's looking good. It look like brand new bigger turbo gone oil is on, and exhaust pipe on, the water outline on. Now we only got one more, the coolant oil, so split out from the underneath the sump, and almost everything nice and tidy down and ready. Ski everything in. We got the everything in, and now we're gonna put at least 3 liters of oil. But if you got money, you buy pen right, full synthetic is better. 20-50 better for your jet ski. Don't go too fine, because the too fine they no good, because this one running very hot engine, and by the time waiting for that, we have to come back with you in another videos. We have to repair the fuel tank. If your fuel tank plastic crack, you better get repair kit like that, and you can repair, make sure no fuel leaking. So this one, the original one. So I've been making this one for the popper. It's called the fuel. Oh man, it's hot. Anyway, make sure it's hot. It's still wet, and I have to repair the fuel tank in there because it's cracked and broken from that edge where the knobs are, and everything will be good. So we put oil on today, and we get back with you. We have to make the engine running. So see you in the next episode.